Most of my family are mad and fat. I'm not. Here's what I do that makes all the difference. So the gym, exercise, strength training is considered extremely beneficial for mental health, and it usually is. It certainly has been in my life. I'd say it's saved my life, to be honest. Massively beneficial. That being said, a lot of it's to do with how we do it. So we did another video you can look up on all the positives. This is kind of like the mirror reverse. Like if I was to want to destroy my mental health with the gym, what would I do? Things to avoid, basically. These are the top mistakes to avoid if you have mental health issues. You want to avoid mental health issues and you go to the gym. These are the things to avoid so we don't turn something that's normally really positive into something negative. I've got 10 for you here today. Last few might be a bit surprising in terms of a bit more abstract, a bit more not the sort of things normal people are saying, so stay tuned for them. Number one, structure. So have no structure. If you want to go crazy with gym, just going regularly to the gym helps your mental health. So destroying that structure and just going ad hoc, as well as being bad for your gains, will be bad for your mental health. Number two, don't train with intensity. Again, another one, bad for your gains. Not going near failure. You're not going to get these kind of guns. You're not going to get strength training effectively if you don't do this, but also intensity pushes out the other thoughts in your brain. Gives you that enforced mindfulness, that enforced focus. And there's also a chemical benefit. So you see people in the gym with the little plastic dumbbells. They're not sweating, they're not pushing themselves. And I just go, man, you're not getting the mental health benefits. Push it harder. Get some Dorian Yates in your life. Blood and guts. All right, number three, being in the gym and just being distracted, texting, not giving it focus. So a lot of the benefit of the gym is mindfulness, right? It enforces mindfulness, but we can ruin that by bringing the outside world in, ruin the sort of holiday from all our worry and thinking we get by having your phone. Like a lot of people, notepads. You see the pros, the good people in the gym, nearly always notepad, not phones, so they're not tempted. So that would be another one if you wanted to destroy your mental health in the gym, just text the whole time. Number four, this is a difficult one for me to say emotionally, guys. It's a difficult one, bear with me. It's difficult. It's upsetting to say. But if you wanted to destroy your mental health in the gym, don't do any cardio. I know. I feel effeminate saying you should do cardio, but yeah, cardio does have a mental health benefit. In addition, I think, to strength training, I think they're complementary in terms of some of the sort of chemical and mental health benefits they bring. So if you want to destroy your mental health, no cardio. I do like 3 minutes, 4 times a week. That's as much as I can manage. It's better than none. Number five, diet. Number one, why fucking go about doing the video for 2 and 3 minutes? All right, back to that. Diet. So if you want to destroy your mental health, just eat what the fuck you want, okay? Have all the crappy supplements, no healthy food, no natural foods. Just be on a constant bulk. You know, I see a lot of people in the gym, but they're not getting any better looking aesthetically, and they're not helping themselves because they're using it as an excuse just to eat loads. You have to be a little careful, I would say, with the auto-regulation, because it can just make you really hungry if you're doing strength training. And then you actually undo just a lot of the mental health benefits, like being obese is terrible for your mental health, for your confidence, and also just chemically in your body. Another one, don't sleep enough. So sleep is where we get sane. It's where we rest deeply. Our mind, our emotions, our dreams sort us out. And also, of course, where we grow. So if you work out really hard, it will create a lot of strain, stress and load on your body. You actually need more sleep than the average person. So in terms of mental health wise, like it's an absolute disaster to work out hard and only get 6 or 7 hours instead of 8 or 9. Total disaster. So yeah, I'd say if you're trying to destroy your mental health, just, you know, work out hard and don't sleep. That's a total recipe. The other one I see is people sleeping enough, but they're not really chilling. Like, I don't know, I need to say this, but like relaxing, chill stuff, just fun stuff, you know, playing video games, watching silly movies. I like comedies. Me and my girlfriend just chill out on the couch, hugging a lot. I get kissed a lot. I got an Italian girlfriend. You get kissed a lot. You know, we suffer. Little violin, please. Little violin in the chat. Violin. Another one I'd say, key one, if you want to destroy your mental health with the gym, is constantly focus on comparison and external focus. It's kind of two, but I'll put it in one. Maybe this is the most important one. So comparison is like, they can lift more than me. You know, I'm 45, right? If I'm trying to lift what this testosterone-infused 21-year-old, 6-foot-tall professional like is in the gym who's my mate, I'm just, you know, it's no good. So comparisons are going to fuck you up. An external focus, yes, aesthetics, good. You know, I'm like, oh yeah, forearms coming along, that's nice. Ow, juicy, I fancy myself. Anyway, so aesthetics are great. it's fine to appreciate that, but if I'm overly focused on aesthetics, it's not going to help. The other thing that won't help really there, if you're constantly looking at other people in the gym and it's a gym full of fit people, your marker's going to change, right? Your aesthetic marker's going to change. And I go, you know what, I'd say, you know, my arms are decent compared to most 45-year-old CEOs, right? However, if I'm constantly comparing to other people, I'm always looking, there can be more airbrushed people, you know, definitely the people on Instagram who are using filters and light down lighting, and you know, this is just normal lighting. So of course that's going to fuck me up. Yeah. Another one, work out loads, but always indoors. So being outside is one of the best things for your mental health. We are eco-regulated, is how I say it. A lot of this is a problem with modern gym culture, is that it's always inside and it's sort of mechanized, industrial. I think it's something about free movement and dancing, something about getting outdoors, you know, doing a bit of parkour if you're into that, just a bit of walking in nature if you're not, doing your body weight on the grass sometimes, even if it's not exactly as good as all the equipment, sometime outdoors. You know, I love these gyms where they can open up a side. Yeah, I was just training in Italy the other day. And, you know, this nice outdoor area, fucking Italian weather helps, you know, doing a few pull-ups outside. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. So if you can do that, that will help your mental health. Another way to destroy your mental health in the gym is just be a lone wolf. There's this bullshit culture about being a Sigma male. Nobody makes it on their own. I heard Chris Bumstead talk about this on a recent interview on Chris Williamson. Absolutely rubbish. Like trying to do everything on your own. No one does that. Chris Bumstead doesn't do that. No one does. We all need friends, family, support. A gym is a place you can make friends, obviously appropriately with people. Yeah, for me, like, there's no point just going to the gym and isolating and using that as a way to avoid your friends, to not socialize, you know, to say, oh, I can't come around for dinner because I'm, you know, got to get my macros right. It's like, fucking just eat pizza once a week with your family. You know, like mental health wise, don't isolate yourself, you know, whatever, just have a smaller lunch if you know your friends are going to cook. I had my friends around for dinner on Friday night, right? A bunch of friends came around locally. So there's no replacing face-to-face friendships for mental health. And yeah, a load of them brought desserts. I was tempted. I ate a bunch of calories I wouldn't have normally done. Whatever, just fucking did a bit more cardio the next day. So no big deal. Last one, something if you want to destroy your mental health is do the gym, but do it just with the normal mentality of our culture. So I think our culture has a tremendously rubbish philosophy in terms of victimhood, in terms of like agency, in terms of boundaries, all these different things. Actually, there's a whole philosophy from Nietzsche to the Stoics, Aristotle. There's all this philosophy. This channel's got loads. There's other people out there doing good work. You can really indulge yourself in, really look up and just go, you know what, I can embrace this whole philosophy. Or you can just do your weights and keep it there, keep it the gym in a box, rather than embrace a wider philosophy of strength and bring that to your whole life. Okay, so obviously I don't want you to have bad mental health, I want you to have great mental health. So reverse all these things. We've got another video, which is, you know, the positive side of all this, goes a bit deeper into it. And watch the trauma video as well. That could be useful if you've enjoyed this one.